what?
There's a lot more people out.
Oh yeah.
Like I heard all what's happening, so.
You most certainly can't, but I'll let you do it anyway.
You guys found my lovely steed.
Hey everybody, this is our day 2 recap. But it's the morning of day 3, because we were so busy yesterday doing so much stuff that we didn't have any time to film it, and then by the time we got home, the camera was dead.
Oh yeah.
Got home. We didn't go home. Anyway, we're pretty fucking tired because
We've been running around.
Yeah. Yeah. Day 2 was pretty freaking great. Still pretty tired. We got to see like the cosplay contest was yesterday, and that was pretty.
It was like an hour, 2 hours.
I don't know. They allotted it to be 2 hours long. I do not think it was 2 hours long. Hello. There was 300 cosplayers who like out of like about 377 were actually in the stage contest that we got to see. So apparently that's a lot by cosplayer standards. I have no idea personally, but that kind of leads into what I was going to talk about. It was like the last panel we went to go see yesterday was women in geek culture, and I mean, I don't know about Biafra, but I've had like classes on like psychology and like, you know, the different, like, I don't know, things like that. Sociology and psychology classes where they just definitely talk about like rape culture and things like that, and like how conventions are sometimes not like, you know, people are assholes at conventions, and I'm usually thinking that that's the minority, but they were talking about how this convention is particularly better. So they have a lot of that going on. Like, I mean, so that's probably like they mentioned that's why that there was so many cosplayers here, that they don't usually have that. And I mean, you can see in the guide this thing. I noticed that this morning. I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. They have that. I don't know if you could read that, but it says because cosplay is not consent. And so apparently this convention we're at is a lot better that way, which is pretty nice. I hope that this isn't. I don't get like super expectations of conventions in the future and go to them and be like, oh, this fucking sucks. But I don't know. That was just one of the good things about this thing. What else did we do?
I was aware that like that was a thing at conventions, but like I really didn't think about it that much because I'm all like just doing everything and having fun.
Your ignorance is bliss. I think that might have been what you were saying, but now you can never unknow, can you?
Yeah.
We got to see, you know, I hate to admit that I don't know who he is, considering he's in the same genre of YouTube that we are. Lord Minion 777. He was here. We got to see his panel with I don't know some of their names. Like,
Yeah.
I'm bad with their names for some reason because I just haven't like gotten around to like being a fan of theirs yet. So, but I mean, I could tell by everybody else's reaction to this guy, and plus what he said, because I'm like, he's dropping names that I know. He's like, oh yeah, RGP Minx. Fuck, I think I said that wrong. RPG Minx was telling me about something, and I was like, oh, he knows Minx. Okay, so this guy's a big deal. Like, so we got to see him. That was pretty cool. I got to see the Q&A panel for Candace McClure, and she actually used her South African accent, which was like really different because like I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh wow, her voice drops like 2 octaves in that accent, and she was great. Biafra wasn't there because he was busy running around because he doesn't even know who she is, and like she was like dancing and stuff.
If you feel like a room without a roof, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
She may be like an actress, but I still think that talking in front of a bunch of people like she was doing was hard for her because it's not the same as being in a professional environment with people, with other actors and people who record
level.
Yeah, who record actors for the same thing. So she's like not used to it. Like I was like, I didn't know if she was nervous or like she also ran there because like there was a graduation yesterday. And so there was like a parade of graduating like high school students blocking her way.
Oh yeah, we ran into them.
There was a lot of pictures from day 2.
I was
so
just about to say
if you
that,
want to check out the
actually.
pictures, go to our Facebook because there's a lot of them, and then there's a lot of cosplayers and things. And like I said, more links from everybody that has talked to us. Not links from. I just want to point this out that just because we put up their link, that doesn't mean that they're the only people here. Like, let me show you the guest list for this. Like, this many people, all these lines of people are like here. There's no way that they talk to us all. So
Yeah, whoever just like randomly was like, oh hey, blah blah.
yeah,
blah,
or whose panel we happen to like really like, which was a lot of them, honestly. We've had bad goes with the first panel of the
every
day.
time. We don't know about this
We're not
one
gonna
yet.
we're gonna name names, but
Yeah.
the one yesterday, it wasn't really the people on the panel. It was the audience was really like, they never shut up, and I was like, you guys are being really disrespectful.
Yeah.
But that's just one thing that happened in the.
So hopefully this first panel is pretty good.
And you know, oh, another thing about our day 1 video, we thought we were in like that we were like really early. We weren't. We were right on time, and that this room is just like the registration room, and there's like the eBash areas over there, and like board gaming's over here, and that's all that's in this room. And there are hundreds of people in the next huge room that's like twice as big as this one. So all of the vendors and the B-roll you'll be seeing is from that room over there. I'm sorry I made that mistake. I didn't know. Hopefully today, like, this is what our schedule looks like. So we got like a bunch of squares, and we got here like early. Clearly we were doing this video. Hopefully there's like these Doctor Who rooms that are going on all day. So I hope after this video I'm gonna run over there and check them out because I haven't had a chance to. And there's just so much stuff here, and like I can't believe that a lot of the panels that we've been to that were so good, there's like 20-30 people in there. There's hundreds of people outside, and like no one's going to like these panels. So maybe if you go to a convention, maybe you should go to a freaking panel or two, for
Yeah.
Christ's sake.
They're kind of just like hanging around and just getting pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, like the women in geek culture was like, oh wow, there's a lot of people. I'm like, this isn't a lot of people.
Like, I really liked that,
But it was
that
actually
panel.
it was actually there was a lot more people there than some of the other panels we went to. So I mean,
That gives important information. So.
yeah, and like a funny thing that happened during that panel is that some guy, he wasn't negative. No one was negative during that panel, but this guy was like sincerely like didn't understand what a male rights activist is, and like he said that he had friends that were like that, and like one of the panelists was straight up, she was just like, sounds like you need new friends, and it was just like we were like in the back, and it was so funny. It was so funny, and like she wasn't trying to offend him, and he didn't take offense to it, but it was like so like, oh wow, she just put her fucking foot down on that shit because it's fucking stupid, and he just didn't know. And I mean, you gotta start by not knowing, I guess. But that's that. And wasn't there something else that happened during that was interesting? Oh, I remember what I was gonna say about it. That's what I was thinking of. It's like this panel, this convention actually did a really good job of that representation because it was like an all-woman panel. So there you go. It's not like Fox News with all male guys talking about it. Anyway, we'll tell you more about what happens today after we do it.
We'll definitely make sure.
Is there anything else that we? There was the 10-11 foot Yeti that cosplayed. None of the huge costumes we saw yesterday placed, but I think that was because it was
too like out.
It's like a whole nother category of cosplay that they were doing. It seemed
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Explain like about that, cause like the angel girl.
Yeah. You'll see one of our favorites from like the cosplay lineup that we actually like just ran into and started talking to. She was an angel from.
Special. Oh, dang it.
It was a foreign game.
It's
yeah.
a Korean game
It's
that
a
I
Korean
keep
video game.
forgetting
Anyway,
the name.
there's a lot of detail in
Special
her costume,
International.
and like a lot of work went into it. And it was just too good
Or
to
Perfect
be.
International.
There was two categories. It was amateur and professional, and it was too good to just be in the amateur category. So, it couldn't be in that. It couldn't win anything. And then there are people in the professional category that have crazy detail on their costumes, like the big sister from BioShock
Oh, yeah, that
was
so
the
good.
was that I think they were the first runner up because the Desolation of Smog
Yeah.
won. And what was funny, I think you probably weren't close enough to see it because like I ran up there to get pictures of her.
Mm-hmm.
The woman who was Smog was I don't know if I'm saying the name right. I was going to say Smoog.
It's alright.
Anyway, she was in character kind of because I was like, I was thinking to myself like, man, if I just won, I would be like, oh yeah. But she was like, and I was like, oh, that's probably another reason why she won because she's still in dragon character. Like, it was like she's. As you can see, there's pictures. Maybe we'll throw one in here. Probably not, because editing is work. Anyway, and I mean, I didn't know what she was at first. I thought she was just a dragon person, but she just did her own like adaptation of Smog, and her costume was like had scales and like a tail and like all this stuff. And
Like
she
elaborate
did
things.
well. She did face makeup too, and there was like I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Yeah, and like it, the color changes in the face makeup based on the face.
It. Like the lighting. And,
Like kind of like how like a makeup artist would do. So yeah,
like that's like the best part about how the cosplayers were, because they would stay in character the entire time, which was like really good to like make it realistic, and the judges would like that even more.
Guys, I have a question now. Are you filming?
yes. We're actually wrapping up though. So so we'll get you guys more stuff today. We'll see you next time on this time. Anyway.
All right, see ya.